Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for September 28, 2025. Firstly, tensions between Iran and the international community continue to escalate after the Iranian Foreign Minister, Mohammad Javad Zarif, stated that Tehran will not be intimidated by sanctions and will continue its nuclear activities. This comes amid warnings from Western nations of potential conflict in the region. In another development, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has issued a stern warning to the international community, stating that any aggressive actions towards Russia will be met with a decisive response. This escalation in rhetoric has raised concerns about the potential for miscalculation and unintended consequences in the already tense relationship between Russia and Western nations. Lastly, the United States has revoked the visa of Colombian President Gustavo Petro after he urged American soldiers to disobey President Donald Trump's orders during a protest in New York City. This move has strained relations between the two countries, with Colombia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs condemning the decision as an attack on freedom of expression. These stories are developing and will continue to provide updates as more information becomes available. We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts on these stories using the hashtag AIDailyPress. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we'll see you again soon on the AI Daily Press. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and know what's right now. Firstly, in Portland, Oregon, tensions are escalating as federal troops prepare to arrive in response to protests. The American Civil Liberties Union has condemned the move, arguing it's an attempt to silence dissent and undermine the rights of Americans to peaceful assembly and free speech. Secondly, the conflict in Gaza has taken a devastating turn, with reports of several dozen civilians killed in the past 24 hours. The humanitarian situation is rapidly deteriorating, with thousands of Palestinians fleeing their homes in search of safety. The international community is calling for a ceasefire and a negotiated settlement. Lastly, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has warned that Vladimir Putin is preparing to attack another European country, citing recent drone incursions into Danish, Polish, and Romanian airspace. Ukraine is working to strengthen its air defense capabilities with the help of Western allies while prioritizing diplomacy to resolve the ongoing crisis. We'll be providing in-depth coverage of these stories throughout the day, with updates and analysis to help you understand the complexities of these conflicts. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm Louis, your host today. We have a trio of significant stories to kick off the day. Firstly, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's nuanced stance on monetary policy has investors vigilant as they consider the broader context and nuances of the market. The Fed's easing monetary policy stance may continue, putting pressure on the dollar, which fell due to easing inflation concerns and a decline in U.S. consumer sentiment. In other news, Tether, the issuer of the world's largest stablecoin USDT, is reportedly in talks with major investors, including SoftBank and ARK Invest. If successful, this fundraising round would value the firm at a staggering $500 billion, catapulting Tether into the ranks of the world's most valuable private companies. Lastly, precious metals like gold and silver rallied sharply on Friday due to a weaker dollar, benign inflation report, and safe haven demand driven by uncertainty surrounding U.S. tariffs, a possible government shutdown, and the outlook for further interest rate cuts. These stories highlight the complex interplay between economic indicators, monetary policy, and geopolitical factors influencing currency and commodity prices. Stay informed with us throughout the day as we bring you updates on these developments and their potential impact on the global economy. That's all for now. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Louis. We've got a thrilling lineup of stories for you today, folks. First off, the Detroit Tigers are looking to make a push for the playoffs, but they'll have to get past their division rivals, the Kansas City Royals. Our sports analysts break down the matchup and what it means for the Tigers' chances. In other news, A recent incident between Joe Gibbs racing drivers Denny Hamlin and Ty Gibbs at New Hampshire Motor Speedway has left many wondering what's next for the team. We've got the latest on the tensions within JGR and how they're handling the situation. And finally, high school football took center stage on Friday night, with two exciting matchups that showcased the skill and intensity of these young athletes. Our team at AIDailyPress has compiled the highlights from these games, including a thrilling display of defensive prowess by the South Bend St. Joseph Huskies against Elkhart. We'll be diving deeper into all of these stories throughout the morning, so be sure to now for the latest in travel and human interest. Here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. I'm Charles, your host today. We have a diverse range of stories for you this morning. Firstly, we took a journey to explore the rich cultural heritage of lucha libre in Mexico City, where Dominic Mysterio's celebration as the new AAA mega champion has sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. His rise to the top is an inspiring story of dedication and perseverance, and fans around the globe are eagerly anticipating his first title defense. In stark contrast, we also reported on a tragic incident in India, where a deadly stampede at a crowded event resulted in the loss of over 40 lives, including women and children. Our thoughts and condolences go out to the families affected by this heartbreaking tragedy. We discussed the complexities of crowd management and the importance of prioritizing public safety in large gatherings. Lastly, we embarked on a fascinating trip to the Kumbh Mela Hindu festival and reflected on the vibrant world of lucha libre, where tradition meets innovation and heroes are made every day. These stories not only highlight the diversity of human experience, but also remind us of the importance of compassion, safety, and the power of dreams. Tune in throughout the day for more in-depth coverage and analysis of these stories, and don't forget to share your thoughts with us on social media. Thank you for joining me this morning on the AIDailyPress podcast. We'll be back with more news and updates after this break. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I've got the scoop on all the latest news, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. First up, Meryl Streep's Miranda Priestly and Anna Wintour just had a major fashion moment at Milan Fashion Week. The two style icons met, and it was everything we dreamed of and more. We're talking timeless glamour, sophistication, and a whole lot of sass. And with the upcoming release of The Devil Wears Prada 2, this meeting is giving us all the feels. Next, if you're a K-drama fan, listen up. Viki's celebrating its 3rd annual K-drama day with a ton of free content, including some of its most popular shows. And, honey, there are prizes galore. We're talking concert tickets, virtual meet and greets, and even free subscriptions to Viki Pass Plus. Last but not least, I've got the inside scoop on Gabby's Dollhouse the movie. If you're waiting for it to hit streaming, mark your calendars. It'll be available on premium video on-demand platforms like Apple TV and Prime Video sometime between October 10th and November 10th. And if you're a Peacock subscriber, get ready to stream it anytime between December 1st and January 12th. That's all for now, folks. Stay fabulous, and we'll see you in the next episode of the AIDailyPress Morning Podcast. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Atanacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we dove into the importance of protecting big old trees in our cities. These natural wonders provide more than just aesthetics. They offer exponential benefits, including increased canopy cover, reduced urban heat, and a sense of history and community. We heard from experts like Professor Sebastian Foch and Sydney Lord Mayor Clover Moore on the significance of preserving these trees for future generations. Next, we discovered the charming world of Europe's smallest towns. From Braemar in Scotland to Monsanto in Portugal, we explored 10 enchanting villages that boast rich history, culture, and natural beauty. These hidden gems offer a unique perspective on European heritage and provide a refreshing respite from the hustle and bustle of city life. Lastly, we reflected on the importance of preserving our environment, from the urban forests to the natural habitats of our planet. Our article on big old trees reminded us that even small actions can make a significant impact in protecting these treasures for years to come. That's all for today's summary. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we invite you to tune in to our full articles for more in-depth explorations of these fascinating topics. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and let's work together to create a greener, healthier future for all. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Adenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.